Continuing with our discussion on the Buddhist Tantric deity Chakrasamvara and the various forms of art, we talked about how there's really four main study topics. The first is standard forms and traditions. The second is unusual forms. The third is physical features, and the fourth is mandala configurations. So in terms of physical features, I've often mentioned that Chakrasamvara is quite complicated. It's not dealing with one deity. It's dealing with a whole topic of dozens and dozens of deities, and I've counted, as I've mentioned, 50 different traditions of Chakrasamvara that have come into Tibet from India. So there are many, many different forms, many different mandala configurations. Now, in terms of the physical features, then what we really have to look at is the colors. So the most common color we find for Chakrasamvara is blue. Now this doesn't mean the consort's blue. The consort can be generally is often red, but can be other colors as well. But we're not dealing with the consort so much here. But the colors that we typically find are blue and white are the two main colors. But then we can also find red Chakrasamvara, and then a saffron or saffron orange color. In the Tibetan text, the word used is often saffron, not orange. And that's why I mention it here. Also, with some forms of Chakrasamvara, we actually have 5 forms in one mandala, and the 5 forms represent the 5 symbolic Buddhas of Akshobhya, blue, Vairochana, white, Amitabha, red, Amoghasiddhi, green, and Ratnasambhava, yellow. So we have these 5 colors as well, but that's within a 5 Chakrasamvara deity configuration. Now, in terms of faces, the Heruka, of course, is a one-faced, two-armed deity with or without a consort. But then we have 3 faces. We also have 3 faces where the main face is that of a donkey. Yes, the animal, a donkey. Then we have 4 faces, 7 faces, 17 faces, and then multiple faces. Now, I do not think that this list is exhaustive. I think that we will find more facial configurations. We'll find more. Now, we've already done a video on the 4-faced Chakrasamvara, which is the most common. The most common is the Heruka form, one-faced, two-armed, followed by the 4-faced with 12 arms. In a 62 deity mandala or a 5 deity mandala is the most common after the 62. But the 4 faces and the colors of the 4 faces are complicated. And so we've already done a video on that. We have a page or 2 or more on our website talking about the colors of the 4 faces of Chakrasamvara. So you need to look elsewhere for that information. Okay, then we have a 7-faced Chakrasamvara, 17 faces, and then what's called multiple faces. So this could be in the 60s, in the hundreds, or more. Now, in terms of arms, of course, we have the Heruka with 2 arms. Then we have 4-armed, 6-armed, 8, 12, 16, 76, and then the Raudra Chakrasamvara, we have 100,000 arms. And then we have some forms of Chakrasamvara where it just says multiple arms, which can mean more than 100,000. Now, in terms of the legs for Chakrasamvara, it's usually not a big deal. We usually count 2 legs, and so it's not overly emphasized as it is in other traditions such as Hevajra or Vajrabhairava, where we have more legs than typical for a standing figure. So these are the basic physical features that we're looking at with Chakrasamvara: the colors of the body and faces, the numbers of faces, and then the number of arms. These are the key points that we need to be aware of. So you can press the like button, you can subscribe, you can join HAR on Patreon, and you can always make a donation on the homepage of Himalayan Art Resources.